All right, what is going on, you guys? We're about to do a little bit of narration for this upper body day that I had. I wouldn't call this a chest day or a shoulder day or an arm day. This was really just kind of me testing out the new equipment in the new gym and trying to get a good pump. Nothing too structured, really just enjoying myself in the gym, enjoying some good music. So I started out right here with some traditional flat bench flies. And I think anytime you're going to be doing chest, the best way to start out that day is with chest flies lightweight, because that's a nice stretching movement as compared to a pressing movement like a bench press or a machine press. So just grab some light dumbbells. You can see the full, complete stretch, slow, controlled reps, lightweight, just getting a nice opening up of the chest before I get started on real repetitions, real sets. All right, and then getting ready to actually move some real weight. This is a little bit of a unique movement here. It's not that I created it, but it's not necessarily one of like the classic kind of chest movements, because it's not a chest fly and it's not a press. But what this is simulating a low positioned cable fly. So you're going low to high, and note that my palms are facing upward and I'm kind of scooping the weight upward. So this is really set up to, like I said, simulate a chest fly with cables that are in the low position up to your shoulders. This one is kind of difficult for people first starting out who don't have the mind-muscle connection yet. But what we're doing is we're essentially using our mind-muscle connection to contract the pecs, and that moves the weight for us. We're not thinking about doing a fly, or we're not thinking about moving the weight. We're thinking about flexing our chest, and because we're flexing our chest, that is moving the weight for us. And you can do these single arm or you can do these double arm. I was in a little bit of a time crunch, so I did these 2 arms at a time, but you can also, as I said, do them single arm. Then we just decided to toss in some curls just for the sake of the pump, seeing how the whole upper body looks when it is nice and full. Just taking it all in, just enjoying the gym session. Just taking a minute here to admire the gains in the mirror, do a little bit of impromptu flexing. It's obviously a little less awkward and easier when you're in an empty gym or a mostly empty gym, but eventually you'll get to the point where you just don't care what people think, You're going to do you. You do need to pose and flex and see your optimal form in the best lighting with a pump and all of that stuff, especially when you have cut down and you are quite lean. Now, furthering in the concept of just trying to get a complete upper body pump, we had some side raises here real quick with these lightweight dumbbells. Reposition the camera and do some more side raises here just to get that width popping and those shoulder striations pulled out. If you're doing a posing routine or if you're doing a photo shoot, something like that, you should know what the easiest ways to get a pump are for each of the muscle groups. So for shoulders, it's going to be front raises and side raises. For chest, if you don't have anything, you can just knock out some high repetition push-ups. But these single arm or double arm, like you saw earlier, kind of fly movements, these are like standing dumbbell flies, I guess is kind of what you would call these. And I'm coming across my body. So that's one difference that you can observe from the ones where I was doing them both arms at the same time. When you do them single arm, you can cross your body a little bit more, which does utilize the full range of motion of the chest muscle. Continuing to work on our posing here, we see a little bit of a most muscular and then a front lat spread. Transition into a front double bicep. You can see the serratus popping down there on the sides of the tank top. Posing is obviously a huge part of bodybuilding because that's what demonstrates you in your optimal form, but the lighting in every environment is different. So the same pose is not necessarily going to look the same in each gym or in your house or in the bathroom because the lighting is different. And obviously you're not going to have a pump in all those different occasions. And obviously the pump may not even be as vicious as it was the last time. So it's not narcissism, it's not vanity, but it is trying to crack the code for how can I visually demonstrate what I've worked so hard for to see this in its best possible form? So we got some more of these dumbbell flies standing. Of course, you can do these seated as well, but for some reason I feel a little bit better of a contraction, and it's easier on my shoulder joint, especially when I do these standing. Knocking out a few sets of very basic curls here just to get that bicep vein popping. Obviously, we have to hydrate, get our branch chain amino acids in real quick. Then we hit a quick back double bicep in the mirror here. A lot of times when you see me tweak that shoulder like that, that's because I have this impingement in one of my lats. And so it's hard to get into the pose. Once I'm in the pose and it's locked in, I don't feel it, but getting into it a lot of times is a little tricky. Good looking front, most muscular there, kind of casual, not like squeezing until I'm out of breath and getting lightheaded. But just trying to hit every pose for the upper body here. There you had a front crucifix, front double bicep, front lat spread. Then you have a little bit of a C-bum there. You have a front lat spread with a single arm bicep. And then back to a back double bi. Just a different angle here. One small thing, if you pay close attention, you'll see my hand actually open up at the top of this rep. That's not a required part of this movement, but what that's showing you is that I am literally scooping the weight up. I'm not squeezing the weight with my hand and using my grip strength in my forearm to move the weight. Obviously, I'm not doing that because my hand is open. My fingers aren't even wrapped around the dumbbell at some points. So that's what I mean by trying to simulate as if you had a handle from a cable in your hand with the dumbbell. I mean, it's pretty rare on most dumbbell movements that you're going to open your hand like that because you need to control the weight. But in this case, when you're simulating the handle of a cable, you could open your hand on a cable like that. So long as you're able to use the weight that you're holding smoothly, safely, then you can do that to try to get the simulation a bit more close to what would be a cable fly. Final round of posing here, and then a sip of our branch chain amino acids, and we are out of this gym. It was like I said, a very casual, quick, kind of just recreational fun day. Not a super structured 4 movements, 4 sets of each, 8 to 12 reps each. This was me just having a good time in the gym, testing the camera, testing some filters on the camera, and getting a good pump. So hope you guys enjoyed this quick session. Yeah, we do this too. We're not always rigidly devoted to a routine. You don't necessarily always have to be. Some days I just go to the gym for mental therapy to feel good. So that's going to do it, you guys. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you're enjoying the upgrade in quality with all of this stuff. Like, comment, and subscribe on the channel, and you will be seeing a couple updates a week going forward with more narration, breaking down form tips, posing tips, and all of the above.